To try to really drive home how these concepts work, I want to give you one more example of assimilation and accommodation in action. So say a parent, let's say it's a father, is reading his child a book, and the child is forming an understanding of what a dog is like. They're beginning to develop what Piaget would call an initial schema. So the child experiences what Piaget termed disequilibrium. They're actively trying to make sense of this new information. So they develop an initial schema of what a dog is like, that it has ears, 4 legs, and a tail. Next thing, the father and child go to the park, and they come across a dog. The child looks at the dog, compares it to the initial schema that they formed. Well, it's got ears, it's got 4 legs, it's got a tail. That seems to be what I know a dog to be. Then it barks. That's new information. The child didn't know that yet about dogs, so he experiences disequilibrium. Then he pets it. It's furry. Another piece of information that's new. Another experience of disequilibrium. And then it licks him with this, what appears to be an incredibly large tongue, and the child experiences disequilibrium again, because his initial schema didn't include licking. So he has a talk with his father. He says, "Dog." His father says, "Dog." They seem to be really close. I like how they communicate. So he learns that this is indeed a dog. Assimilation is occurring, and his schema gets reorganized. Now, with assimilation, all this new information about barking, being furry, licking, that gets incorporated into his existing dog schema. Little while more passes, and now the child sees a cat in the park. He compares what he knows about dogs to this new animal. And he says, well, it doesn't bark, it made a different noise, meowed. It is furry, that's similar. Oh, it also licked him, and it also has a very big tongue, almost the size of its head. But then it went up a tree. That is totally new. He did not see the dogs climb a tree. He doesn't know if any dog climbs all the way up a tree. So the child is again in this state of disequilibrium, and they're trying to make sense of this new information. Talks to his father, says, "Dog." Father says, "No, that is a cat." Here we have the accommodation process, because he can't fit this new animal and the new information into the dog schema. So he has to create a new schema for cat that contains the information that he learned is associated with cats now. The child then returns to a state of equilibrium. So this is just another example of how assimilation and accommodation work together to adapt new information into children's schemas about how the world works, their knowledge about how the world works, and help them reach equilibrium.